There we go. Hey, you can actually see it now. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Tuuvas, and welcome to a DCS World gameplay stream of how to create missions in the mission editor. And yeah, T-Cypher, to answer with your suggestion, I am actually using stable. I switched to stable the last couple days because I've been having way too many issues with the latest open beta, especially in VR. So just to play it safe, I have indeed reverted back to the stable branch. So yeah, no worries. It's all good. Yeah, even though this is pretty crisp, sweet music, I know this will get tiring after a while. I'm actually going to turn it down a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. Oh yeah, definitely big bugs in the mission editor. As well as, there was also an issue with screen resolution. I was recording videos for CCIP bombing tips and tricks in the Harrier. And I found that if I had my resolution set to say like 3K, the mouse pointer wouldn't actually go very far down. It would pretend the actual clicking area was still the 1920 by 1080, even though the total size of the window was actually like something like 3K. So my mouse would only go about this far, then any further down I just wouldn't be able to get past. So I wouldn't be able to click on campaign builder nor exit, which is kind of important. In addition to that, if I were to like change some system settings or graphic settings, I wouldn't be able to click OK or cancel. I would only be able to hit the X button up here. So all that was pretty frustrating, and figured once I switched back to stable it should be okay, and sure enough it was! Hey, look at that, more bugs. So yeah, that's always fun. Yeah, I know, and there was an update in the area that I've been looking forward to for so long now, and that was the INS alignments. Like, even though it technically was not really a big change as far as the INS alignment procedure itself, because you're literally just waiting there for 3 minutes, waiting for it to align. But being forced to do that instead of just having it pre-aligned for you, I was looking forward to having that, but right now I can't get it because it's just not a stable build, go figure, of open beta. There's too many bugs, too many issues, and I'm just going to stick to stable for now and just play on that while I do things like host a mission editor stream. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the actual stream topic itself. So, if you guys don't know, today's stream is going to be going over how to create missions in the mission editor. This is just to start at a very basic step of, how do you place units, how do you configure them to do what you want, and it will go to as complicated as developing a full-on mission that we could potentially use for a future date. And I already have something in mind. I haven't really given it too much practice, so hopefully we don't run into too many issues while creating it. So let's just go ahead and dive into it and cover several of the topics I have outlined in my head, because I was not smart enough to actually note it down in a notepad anywhere for use on the stream. So now we're just going to wing it today. Alright, so let's go ahead and start by clicking on Mission Editor. Actually, let's do this properly. Let's exit. If you guys don't know, this is the main window of DCS. If you're not familiar with this, you have not played DCS yet. So, as always, there are the typical menu options for setting up your games for controls, systems, gameplay, audio, and all this fun stuff. But today we are going to simply focus on this menu option here, and that is the Mission Editor. We are going to be creating a mission today, starting from the bare basics of placing units, ground units, air-to-air units, whatever we need for this mission, and setting units down for players to actually hop into. So go ahead and start off by clicking on Mission Editor. Now that we are at this screen, we can either open an existing mission, which we don't want to do today. We actually want to create a new mission, so click on Create a New Mission, and we are going to choose the map we want to create a mission for. Now, considering most people don't have any of the pay-to-play maps, we are going to create a mission on Caucasus. And as far as the red and blue alignment, I have already pre-assigned all countries to the blue side, and I've only assigned 2 countries to the red side, and that's the insurgents and the USAF aggressors. The reason being is that the USAF have every single air-to-air, air-to-ground, or sorry, not air-to-air, they have every single air unit, ground unit, and all the things in between available to them. Meanwhile, every other country will be able to cover that on their own. So this way, we can have, say, the J-11, the Spitfire, all the different aircraft that are kind of country unique on one column, and then every single item available here on the left side as the aggressors or as the opposing force. Then of course our typical bad guys on most of our missions are the insurgents. So that's why I've set it up that way. So once you've got this configured to however you want, click save to save this setup, and then hit OK. That will start up the mission editor with those configurations, and then you can start building a mission. Now, I know a lot of you are probably completely new to how mission creation works, so if you are not already aware, I'm going to run you through how to do a very simple placing of a unit and setting up so that you can actually climb into it and fly it. So first off, if you want to place a unit so you can actually fly in it, say for example, I don't know, let's say a F-15. Actually, you know what? Because it's me, let's place a Harrier. So let's see. What is a fun little area that we can stick to? I tend to prefer Krimsk, Novorossiysk, Galenzik myself, but I know this is a nicer region over here. So let's go ahead and place a Harrier right inside this canal. So we are going to click on the airplane icon. Place it here. Yes, Harrier Bros for life. Oh, by the way, if you guys haven't noticed, my icons are a lot different compared to what most people probably have, and that is because I've set this in the main menu settings. So let me go ahead and exit and show you how to do that. If you click on options, if you go to hold on. If you go to miscellaneous, nope, gameplay. Yeah, there we go. If you go to gameplay and you go to the editor icon style, you have two choices. You have NATO and you have Russia. I prefer the Russia setting because the icons on the F10 map or even in the mission editor will actually show you the heading that the aircraft is facing without having to click on the aircraft. So it's very useful to have, especially when you're trying to play as GCI in-game. So make sure you set this to Russia, otherwise you'll just have those typical gigantic icons for every single aircraft that just have a single letter to identify if it's a fighter or an attacker or a bomber. This does it through the icon shape instead. So that is that. Let's go back to mission editor. Alright, now let's go ahead and once again place that Harrier. Where is that valley? Here it is. So once again, go to your aircraft, place the aircraft icon here. We know that it's set there. And then we will change its direction by making sure we have selected a waypoint and then just told it to face the general direction that we prefer. Then we could just simply delete it so it's still facing that direction. Okay? If you can't tell, this little T-shaped thing, the top of the T is the direction that the plane is going. So because the top of the T is here, it is actually going this way. Now, if you haven't noticed, as I move my mouse around the map, these latitude, longitude coordinates adjust depending on where my mouse is, but so does this altitude. So my mouse is pretending to be right on the ground. So if I put my mouse, for example, on the top of this hill, it says that this part of the map is 9,409 feet tall. Similarly, if I put it here on these white caps, these are at 12,241 feet. So if I want to see how far or how high this altitude is along this channel, I can see that this says 4,826 feet. So I can actually say if I want to start off really low to the ground, I could set this at, say, 5,000. So I set this first waypoint at 5,000 feet, and let's say we set it to 330 knots or so. Obviously change the aircraft to an AVAP Harrier. Change the name of the group to AVAP because this is good practice to make sure you always name your groups when you place them. And then you could do the same for the pilot name as well. And for you guys that don't know, the skill level is how you determine how difficult this aircraft is to kill or to act as your wingman. Average is a dumb piece of crap that you should never choose. Yeah, of course, Gerb. You have to do Harriers, man. Then the next level down is going to be good, high, excellent, random. It'll do a random selection of these four. And then finally client and player. Player is typically chosen if you only intend for this to be a single player mission, so the player will only be the single one player that would ever join this mission. If you want this to be available for multiplayer use, make sure you select client, as in a client that connects to a multiplayer server, client and server. So make sure client is set, and then just like that we have an aircraft that we can actually hop into and fly it. So if you simply select the green play button, which is the fly mission, you can select that. You don't have to worry about saving. You can save for the sake of having a copy of this in case the game crashes or something. So let's go ahead and set this to, let's do this sample mission. Just for the sake of having it around in case the game crashes. And now we are about to start. So ignore this. The reason why it's showing you Huey is because I've set the main wallpaper to a Huey. But once we hit start, it should shift over to just a generic thing, or To be honest, it'll probably actually just show a Huey again. Yes, Ox. We will always take you to the danger zone, my friend. Yeah, it looks like it doesn't really show anything. You just select the one aircraft that is available, and that is the Harrier replaced. Hit OK. Now, this is going to be incredibly awkward because I don't have my controls. Ooh. Oh, I think I need to place that a little higher. Let's go ahead and quit mission editor. See, and that's why you test. That's why you test these missions before you send them out and publish them for use by other people. Let's place this at, let's say, 5,500 feet. Save. I did Control S to save, and then start. Once again. Pretend you didn't see that. That AV Harrier did not crash. Select the aircraft. Hit OK. Oh boy. Oh, that's interesting. So if I remember right, the arrows are how to pull up and down. Okay, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Oh god. Okay. And just like that, you're flying a Harrier. Now, this isn't quite the direction I thought he would be facing, but it's good enough. You are flying now. You place the Harrier on the air, the mission editor, and now you are able to fly it throughout this map. And just like that, you've created a very simple free flight mission in a Harrier. You have no weapons. You can land at a nearby airfield if you wanted to and restock, but then you also wouldn't have any targets to kill. So that is just the very basics of how to create a single aircraft in an empty map in Mission Editor. And yes, that is a good point. You can instead define a elevation above ground level number instead of doing it at in relation to sea level instead. That'll make it a whole lot easier to tell where to spawn an aircraft. Oh man, this is really difficult to fly with a keyboard. Okay, let's go ahead and exit. Go to quit. Go to mission editor, and to briefly explain what that was all about. See, I thought oh, you know what? It was looking at this mountain here. So let's go ahead and change that direction like that. Okay, there we go. So, to explain... Oh no, I deleted it. Place, rip, AV8B, copy, alliance, paste, add waypoint, go down that way, edit. What I meant to delete was the waypoint. There we go. And then delete the waypoint. There we go. Set this to the AV8B. And there we go. Alright, so to explain what was mentioned earlier, basically you have essentially altitude above sea level and altitude above ground level. If you set altitude above ground level, you could say you want to be 1,854 feet off the ground when you spawn in. This makes it a lot easier to set the starting point if you decide to spawn in the air instead of on the ground. So let's say we want to start off 500 feet, and actually, you know what, let's make it, how tall is a typical tree? Let's say it's about 30 feet, so let's make it 100 feet above the ground. And see what happens when we do that. But somehow you are rivaling Ox in the amount of fuck-ups per hour at this point. Hey man, that is all good. I still feel like I'm on top because Ox has not killed me yet. And how many attempts has it been so far? I think we're currently 12-0. Pretty sure we're 12-0, right, Ox? Okay. Ooh, that doesn't look good. Oh, that already looks pretty bad. Okay, so maybe not 100 feet. Maybe not 100 feet. Let's make that closer to 200 feet. Let's make it 200. And start. See, I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to explain how this stuff works, but the game doesn't want to comply. And pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Okay, okay. Well, there's an issue here with the direction I'm facing. So let's see if we can correct this by doing that. There is no way to identify what direction we want this aircraft to face, so let's just simply place a waypoint and then not delete it this time and see if that helps anything. So hit start. We didn't adjust the altitude because I felt like that was a good altitude. We were right above the trees. I just needed to pull up. So hopefully we are now facing the correct direction. Oh yeah, that is much better. Okay. So just like that, we are coasting right along the trees, and look at that! It's behaving like it's supposed to! And look at this gorgeous valley, too, that we just happened to put ourselves in. It's almost like I pre-planned this. Go figure, right? But yeah, that is how you do that. Alright, so with that out of the way and the basics of how to place an aircraft that you can actually use in DCS, we will go ahead and begin creating a base of operations and setting up an airfield for use for us. So typically when you want to place an aircraft in an airfield, you generally want it to be, well, on the ground. It is up to you if you want it to already be hot started, meaning that the systems are already online and operational. You don't have to start up the aircraft. All you have to do is just get on moving. But there is also the option for cold start, which means everything is turned off. It is your job to turn the aircraft on, assuming you know how to, as well as rearm and refuel if necessary. So let's pick a interesting base of operations. What is a base we never use? Let's use Batumi, because we had never actually used this airfield. So let's go down here. Let's do a... Should we do a different aircraft? I feel like we shouldn't. Let's go back to a Harrier, because that's still always fun. This is totally not sponsored by Razbam Simulations or anything along those lines. Pliant, as before. And now, just to explain, because we have not actually set this on the airfield, sure, we set the aircraft over the airfield, but when we spawn into it, it's going to be flying over the airfield. So if we want to get this into a parking spot, what we have to do is we have to select the type here on the bottom right, the waypoint type, and we need to set it to the appropriate setting that we need for this, whatever it is we desire. In our case, if we want to start the aircraft ourselves, so if it's spawned in cold and dark, we just set it to take off from ramp, meaning that it will be parked in a parking spot, and it will be cold, meaning we have to start up ourselves. If you notice, it's at 33 feet, and the airfield itself is at 33 feet. However, if we wanted to take off from the parking spot, this same parking spot, but with the engine running, then we select take off from parking hot. If we select instead take off from ground, which is actually really interesting that the Harrier has this option, we can do take off from ground, and we can actually place the Harrier wherever we want. So it can be on this airfield, it can also be on, say, some random road that's like right here. We can take off from here if we wanted, because it says take off from ground. We can also do take off from ground hot, which is the same where it has all the systems running already. But because we can't rearm and refuel on the random city over here, let's just go ahead and take off from the airfield first. So we're going to go to this parking spot, take off from ramp so that it's cold, and that should be good enough. So let's go ahead and just demonstrate this really quick. We'll go ahead and save and start the mission. And as simple as that, the mission will begin. We can select the AV-8B, hit OK, and then just like that, we will be in a Harrier and it will be cold. It's waiting for us to start it. Now you can be lazy and use, I think it's right Windows plus home key to start it. Unfortunately, I don't actually have a right Windows home key. I only have a left Windows home key because this is a interesting laptop. But yeah, that is how you do that. So now that we know the basics of placing aircraft, and of course there's no crash because I am parked in a parking spot. Thank you, Ox. I'd be very impressed if the Harrier managed to crash after that. Unless you meant a game crash, and that's DCS's fault, but luckily I'm on stable branch. So now that we have successfully placed a Harrier on an airfield, if you notice, the airfield actually has these units here. This is essentially it's called a warehouse, but this is essentially supply units, meaning that these are what supply the airfield with the necessary equipment. So for example, ammo or fuel, in order to allow the aircraft to rearm and refuel. If these particular buildings were to be destroyed by, say, an opposing force of some kind, then this airfield would be taken out of action. You take out these fuel tanks, you will no longer be able to refuel. If you take out these warehouses, you will no longer be able to rearm. So that is a very interesting element for all airfields and how you can essentially keep them from being operational anymore. So some airfields have more fuel tanks than others, some of them have more ammo dumps than others. It really depends on which airfield you're at. Alright, so let's go ahead and set up Batumi so that it is a proper base of operations, because even though we have the supplies to rearm and refuel, we also want a way to defend ourselves and retreat back to this airfield in case we are being chased by the enemy. Let's go ahead and place a few ground units to kind of serve as air defense for us. So, to do that, we will go ahead and go to the ground unit icon, which is going to be this tank for ground units. We're going to place the first unit here. It'll be by default an armor unit, and it'll be the first selection on the list, and whatever is your first country, in this case USA. And we will go ahead and click on edit so that when we click on the map it doesn't create a waypoint, so let's go ahead and delete that waypoint. And then we are going to change this category type to air defense. And what do you think, guys? Should we have just a massive air defense that no real logical reason, like no way that any enemy force will be able to break through it? Or should we just have a triple, just a simple AAA defense that can barely touch anything that comes at it? Let's see. Actually, let's do a proper airfield that has the correct air defenses. So, let's start off by placing the major SAM unit. So air defense, let's go through and look at what each one we have available to us. So if you guys didn't know, you can actually preview what these units look like. So if you notice, we are currently on the waypoint or route category or tab. If we click on the, what does that say, ammo tab, we can actually preview what these units look like. So if you click here and then simply press the down arrow, you can shift through what each of the units look like, so you know what you're placing down, even if you don't know what their names actually mean. So in this case, let's go ahead and keep going down. I know the Hawk is pretty good, but I think the Patriot missile defense system is even better. So we are going to go ahead and place a Patriot missile defense system. So that is going to be the first icon. We're going to place a second icon by increasing the amount of units in this group by clicking on this arrow here. Make sure we have the second unit selected, because if we select the first unit, we'll end up moving the entire group. So if we select the second unit or higher, we can just move those individual units freely. So before we do that though, let's place them in a place that would make a little more sense. So like a little far away from the airfield, not near the actual runway, but a little off from it. So let's place this guy here, and we will set this one to the second option, which is that. Let's take a look at what it looks like. We have this guy here and this guy here. Let's set another unit. Make sure we have the number 3 slot selected, and select the third Patriot option. Then hit the number 4, and then make sure 4 is selected and select the 4th Patriot option. And then once again, number 5. Oh, nope, that is not what I wanted to do. Set 4th Patriot option, and then number 5. 5 is selected. Select the 5th Patriot option, which is the launcher. Then number 6, select the 6th Patriot option, which is, it looks like it's the low altitude tracker. I can't remember what that is. It's some kind of radar. So with all those units defined, we can actually lay them out as needed. And you can see all these things have different icons assigned to them depending on what their role is for that particular unit. Fortunately, I don't know what these icons mean. I know something has to do with search radar versus tracking radar versus just general. I think this is the tracking radar, whereas this is the search radar? I honestly can't remember, but all I know is that this icon is the launcher. Now, one thing that's actually pretty cool, if you guys did not know, when placing units and you want to see how those units are oriented, you can actually click on this icon here down at the bottom, and that says Show Models. Click on that. You can actually see the models on the map and how they're oriented. So if you wanted to change the direction this guy is facing, you could simply look at it like that and just change it around and figure out how you want to place it. So that is very useful to know. And generally you want to spread out these units so that if there's any splash damage, you don't want all the units taken down at once. So let's go ahead and just move these around a little bit. And just spread these out a bit more, just like that. And there you go. So this launcher is way out here. And what we are going to do now is select this launcher and then just simply spam this new unit button. And whatever unit you currently have selected, if you create more units in this group, it will copy this unit. So let's just keep on doing that until we have like 15 total units. Now we just have a ton of launchers, as you can see. So we do that. Set this over here. Hey Burpee, how's it going? Put that guy here. Yeah, of course, patriotism is in fact the lifeblood of America. Why else would you choose the Patriot over anything else, other than its sheer lethality? Now this is, of course, a stupidly strong air defense system. Of course, this is not the best location for a SAM site, considering there is in fact a mountain line or a mountain ridge here, so you could potentially do a pop-up attack on it from right here. But still, it's still a pretty beefy defense system, especially for guarding a coastline, of all things. But generally, if you think there is a weak area that would actually compromise your massive SAM system, you'll probably want to put additional SAM units that are not as effective but are more mobile along those areas where it is compromised. And let's put one more somewhere like right here, I guess. We can do something like that. Okay, so that SAM defense system is now active. So we will call this the main SAM, or we'll call this blue main SAM. Okay? So that is the defense system. There is Overkill, and then there is Tuuvas. Yeah, of course. I'm pretty sure with that firepower, you can just move the mountain range. Yeah, considering this is the lethal ring here, and then this is the search radar ring, this covers a ton of miles. Outside of SC-25T, I don't think there's going to be much you can do about this. Granted, you'll have to find a way to get into this valley, so you have to go way out here just to get into this valley, and follow this, like hugging the treetops all along, and then you could maybe get a pop-up attack. But who's to say once you pop up, you won't be greeted by, say, a Stinger missile along this tree line, or like AAA defenses that are lined all along this. Ooh, that actually sounds like an. I'm gonna change this up, guys. This is going to be your mission for next week, and you're gonna hate me for this, or you're gonna love me for it. But either way, you are going to feel something for me for this. But, oh man. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go through the effort of doing this. Red. Main SAM. We're gonna get rid of this Harrier, because this is actually going to be a red base. This is going to be a red unit. USAF aggressors, because they have access to the Patriot system. And we are going to change this to a red team asset. Oh man, you guys are going to love me for this. It's going to be an excellent mission. You are going to be frustrated as hell. Alright, let's do this. So we are going to place these units. There's a total of 6. Yep, total of 6. And then we will spam the ever-living hell out of these launchers. We get 15 once again, and then we'll just lay this all out one more time. Oh man, I can't wait to see you guys take this on! You are going to need a lot of SAM practice for this one. We'll do this. Put this guy here, facing that direction. This guy over here, facing this direction. Now, of course, it is your choice if you want to attack it from the coast or from the mountain ridge. I would highly recommend trying to do a pop-up attack on it, because that would be the most logical way to take this on. But, you can also be illogical about it and just try to brute force it by shoving as many aircraft down its throat as you can. And then do that. I think this first one's the main one. Yeah, it's moving all the units, so let's leave that alone. It's here. And then just put this guy like right here or something. That's a nice little scatter of a Patriot system. None of the units are right next to each other, so splash damage shouldn't be too big of a thing. Do that. Oh, that's the main one. Let's not move that. This guy here, move this guy here. Okay, and I think we are more or less set. So that's gonna be that's gonna be the main target for you guys next week. Fun, huh? A Patriot SAM defense system. You are going to have so much fun with this. Now, because I am dumb, I probably set this to average, so let's go ahead and set everything to excellent. Because you will face off against the full brute force of this SAM defense system. Yep, everything is going to be excelente. Okay, so now that we have that main SAM system, stop that. In every group there is the dumb one. No, yeah, don't worry. There will be the dumb one, and it will be on the blue side, so don't worry. There will be a dumb one in the group. Alright, so now that we have that lined up, oh man, that even covers Kataisi. Ah, that's gonna be lovely. So what would be a good play? Well, let's forget about that for now. So logically thinking, if you have a SAM defense system on this airfield here, Batumi, you also want to make sure you cover your bases, so to speak, and make sure it's not easily taken down by, say, pop-up attacks. So what we can do to further enhance its kind of capabilities is to cover any kind of surprise attacks that could come up from an opposing force of some kind, so say the blue team, and line the ridge full of air defense systems all along here. So what we are going to do is we are going to let's see, I had a sinister idea, but I'm going to not copy and paste that and just line it throughout the entire ridge and just simply create a new set of units. So let's say, for example, you want additional defenses right around the base as secondary SAMs. So let's call this secondary, or secondary air defense, I should say. Can't type. Secondary air defense. And this will be additional air defenses, but they will not be nearly as potent as that. They will instead be the likes of, say, the SA Strela. When is this one? Oh yeah, this is the fancy one. Okay, so we will put the Strela out here. I'll put this in reasonably kind of predictable location, so like aligned with the airfield runway. We'll put a second one, probably aligned with the other end of the runway. A third one, somewhere inside the middle of the airfield, like probably like right there or something. And then a fourth one further south to cover any kind of approaches from this side. Okay? Actually, I need to put it inside the... So this ring here, this black ring, is the effective range of this airfield. If a ground unit of the opposing team enters this ring, and there are no red team ground units, that single blue ground unit will be able to take the airfield as long as it's inside this black ring. But if I remember right, this is also the ring that allows units to rearm and refuel if they run out of ammo using the airfield's ammo and fuel supply stock. So I need to make sure I place these units inside here. So we'll do that. So that's a total of 4 Strelas. And then we will add a few AAA. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll add 5 AAA units. Let's make those Shilkas. So we will place one right here, right on the ground. Actually, no, let's place it like right on this road here, so it's a little predictable. And in fact, let's get rid of these guys. Okay, now I could copy and paste this Shilka here. 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll place another Shilka right next to this. Place another one right over here. We'll place a third one probably near the supply depots. But not right next to them because splash damage, we don't want that to affect the buildings. We'll place another one probably inside the main SAM defense system. Oh, that's actually a good point. I should probably put another Strela there as well. So we'll make this last Shilka not a Shilka, but in fact another Strela. No. We will we will make this a SA-15 Tor site, which in itself is essentially a beefy SAM unit. So we'll do that. Face that direction, face this direction, not that it matters too much. Face this guy straight back this way. Face this guy straight out that way. This one will face downward like that. This one will, it's not too bad. This guy is a Strela, so let's just put him like that. Okay, good enough. Sweet. Okay, and save. Alright, so you have the main beefy SAM Patriot system covering most of the area, but if something happens to sneak on in and gets within this range, you'll have the faster engagements of the Strela SAM defense systems, the Tor SAM defense system, and if it gets even further beyond that, you'll also have the AAA options, which are the Shilkas. Oh, why is this guy over here? Shilka, did I mess this up? I feel like I did. Where did I place this guy? Was it here? Ah, there we go. That's where I messed up. Okay. That is why you need to be careful and make sure you click on the correct unit before you decide to move things around. Go. I can go there. This guy can stay here-ish. Stay there-ish. This guy is good there, but I want him on the road. This guy can be on the road as well. A little predictable. Alright, all good. So the second perimeter of defenses are there. Hey man, I'm not evil. This is a challenge. This is for you guys to grow, to develop. I mean, you have unlimited lives. You can learn from this. Or give up DCS out of frustration. I mean, that's totally a viable option as well. I hope you don't. I hope you persevere and destroy the crap out of this Patriot system. But to be honest, this is going to be pretty impossible. Like, if there was a scale of 0 to impossible, I'm pretty sure this would be like impossible plus 1. Alright, now with that all set, I need to make a third. So if you have a primary air defense system, a secondary air defense system, how do you say a third? What is that? Tertiary? I forgot the word for that. But there's going to be a third one. And that is going to be additional air defense systems that are placed in such a way that they know that a threat could be potentially coming from the valley, but they can't extend too far out because then they won't be able to resupply from the airbase. So, in fact, they actually can't go that far. Let's go ahead and place something right inside here, just to greet anyone who happens to pop up right outside of this this valley here. So we'll place this third air defense. There it is. Thank you, Cypher. Tertiary. Tertiary? Is that the word? Tertiary? Tertiary? Something like that? Okay, that should be good. You know, Tuuvas, I'm gonna do this in a Mirage with cluster. Oh man, I challenge Tertiary, so without the H. Yes, I will challenge you to trying to do that in a single Mirage. Tertiary? Oh, tertiary. Tertiary? You know what, I'm just gonna go with tertiary because reasons. So let's see. This is going to be a Sam Strela. You're gonna have the Strela here, you're gonna have some AAA. In fact, this is gonna, you can think of this as like a little training camp. So we're gonna have like, let's say a few Shilkas side by side. Just like that. Shilka, Shilka. They also happen to be facing down the way of potential oncoming threats, but this is really just them lining up for practice. They aren't here for any nefarious reason. They're just here because they know they just need to practice their air defenses against drones or something. They just happen to be ready for anything. You also have to fly the mission then, you know, escape. Yeah, for sure. I would not miss out on this one, especially if I have my throttle by then. That would be lovely. So 4 Shilkas all lined up, 1 Strela. How can I make this more interesting? Let's go ahead and add 1 more unit. Something that will be able to attack more effectively, more quickly, but uses missiles. Oh, I know. We'll place a couple of units down by this building, like that. And instead of being Strelas, they are going to be SA-9. No, not SA-9. Where is it? SA-18 manpads. SA-18 manpad and SA-18 manpad, the comm version. So it's that guy next to him that's helping him out. I don't know. I don't actually know what that does, but he's there. And I'm actually going to place just 2 more units because I know... Actually, 1 more unit. Maybe 2. Because I want to make sure these guys don't run out of ammo, because that would be messed up if they're in the middle of their training and they just ran out of ammo. I mean, how are they going to continue practicing if they don't have ammo? So they need a transport unit because they need to make sure that they're able to deliver said ammo to their individual units, and then they need to have the actual ammo truck. So if we put this guy facing this way, make it a little more believable, not like it's just been placed randomly. and let's put down the ammo truck. There we go. This is a nice little practice area, practice zone for AAA defense practice. I mean, it's only there for that reason. That's it. All right, cool. And now that is our target area. So, that said, how can we make this even more interesting? So, we have these units here that we have to destroy. Our ultimate goal will be to take Batumi or just completely annihilate it. I just don't know how we would take it if we don't use essentially airdrop units. We can have a convoy just slowly making its way from Kabuleti or something and just slowly making its way down. But then I would have to include things like red tanks inside the city to intercept them here and there. Probably hide them inside buildings so that they're facing this direction on the road. So when the blue units come this way, they'll just be ambushed, which means they'll need help from Harriers to take them down. But before the Harriers can, they would have to deal with this massive SAM unit. So I think we're gonna forego that kind of situation. I'll probably develop later this week, but for now, let's just get the basic premise going. Now, with that all set up, let's go ahead and place our blue units in some airfield that we care about. So I can't put it in Kataisi because the moment you take off, you're going to be shot down. I can't put it in Sakumi because then you'll be picked up right away by the enemy radar. So let's put you guys in Tbilisi. But that's kind of a boring trip. No, that wouldn't be too bad. Beslan's another option, but that's really freaking far away. Well, it's about as far as Tbilisi, to be honest. Got, looks like 235 nautical miles. My god. And then 188 nautical miles, so it's not as bad out of Tbilisi. You also have Gadada, which wouldn't be too bad, but then you'd be forced to go over the water. Then you have to circle this anyway, so if I put you at Tbilisi, you can get around going around this whole situation. I have an idea. I have an awesome idea. This right here is going to be a base of operations. This right here is going to have a FARP for helicopters, and it's going to have a FARP that can be used by... Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to put this in the lethal range. I'm going to put this inside the lethal range. Let's say we had a forward arming and refueling area that we prepared in advance for this mission that these guys don't know about. So we are going to place a FARP. I don't want to put it here because that's actually still pretty far for a helicopter. That's like, what is that? That's 55 miles for a helicopter, which is pretty far. That's about the same distance as when you traveled from, no, that's even further than when you traveled from Kataisi. So let's see if we can't find a better position for this FARP. Like, there's really no flatland like anywhere here. It's gonna have to be there if I want flatland. Oh man, that's gonna be rough for you guys. I can just do single helipad stuff, but then maybe there's another flatland like I'm just not bothering looking at, because I mean it doesn't have to be along a road. It can just be like here or something. No, that's a mountain. What does this look like? That map. Too bad. Oh man, it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have two FARPs. One for the helicopters and one for the Harriers. The Harriers, considering their aircraft, they will want to be flying high. Ah, this is an interesting spot. A nice little decorative area as well. For Harriers, I mean. Okay, I'll have to figure that one out. But yeah, we're gonna place a FARP. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. Oh, static objects are gonna be this guy here. It kind of looks like a bridge. So let's go to there. Go to FARP. And then we will place it somewhere that makes... No, we're going to make this a helipad single. And we will place that somewhere around, say here. Let's place it around here, because you got nice little power lines to simulate getting power from something. Oh, need to place that. It'll be right next to the road as well. So it didn't make complete nonsense that they were able to set this up. And then we will call this helicopter, or blue helicopter. Blue helipad 1, or just call blue helipad. There we go. It'll be London 127.5. And then we will copy and paste this for as many helicopters as we want running. So I'll do that. That will automatically be named 001, so that's good. Then paste 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, I can set this up with, say, Hueys and MI8s, but they are not going to be effective in this mission. So what I was thinking is I would just simply do 4 KA-50s and 4 SA-342M Gazelles. That's it for helicopters. I know there are probably Huey lovers, and I know there are probably MI8 hip lovers, but you guys are not going to be able to do anything about this. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's see what kind of distance we're dealing with now. Got this, and we got this. This is 15 nautical miles. It's not bad for a helicopter. Okay. You said Riverside for KM51 for Harrier? What do you mean by KM51? Okay, so we'll actually call this the KA50 pad. Copy. And then paste the name here. It'll automatically increment it. So if we do that and click back, it'll automatically increment to the correct name. And then do that for KA50, do that for KA50. And we'll do these backside guys with Gazelles, so SA 342M. Now, this is very good practice. You want to make sure you always label everything because you don't know when you're actually going to need to identify it based on the names by themselves. So always make sure you name these the appropriate names. Line this up a little bit better because I know this is going to look the best when it's actually mission start time. In fact, let's take a look at what this even looks like to begin with. So we're going to save the mission, and we're going to take a look at how this mission looks already. By the way, thank you guys for all tuning in for today's little mission creation fest. I know this isn't the most exciting thing to do, but hopefully we end up with a fantastic mission as a result. Holy crap. Look at all those units. Got the Patriot launcher there. Is that actually swivel? I can't remember. Or do they only fire in the direction they're pointing? Well, either way, that should be pretty fun. And of course we have the little Sam here on the side. This guy here, the little Estrella. Alright, now let's take a look at those FARPs. FARPs are here. We'll do Control F11 to put us right above them, because we were looking down at them from the F10 map. And of course we have random civilian vehicles just traveling right through, minding their own business. I have no idea they're in a war zone. Okay, yeah, this isn't a bad placement. The front ones are a little high, but that's okay. It's not terrible. I just want to make sure that these things are actually inside the ground and not floating. Okay, good. Sweet. So I'm going to arm these guys up with the proper tanking, fuel and ammo trucks, as well as transportation trucks. And those should be all good to go for rearm and refuel. Eat shit simulator 2018. Nah, man, you have to have the right attitude for this. This is a challenge, man. You're not going to eat shit. You are going to dominate. You are going to show what's up. You're going to prove to the DCS community that Patriot defense system is not all it's cracked up to be. So don't worry, you'll be fine. In fact, let's go ahead and give this particular FARP its own air defense system. That should help raise your morale. You guys are going to have an air defense system at this forward FARP. See? Air defense, just like that. You're going to have air defense. You are going to have a lovely... What is this, USA? A lovely Vulcan. You're going to have a lovely Vulcan. You're going to place this sucker right around here. And there you go. That is your air defense. It's perfect. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Which reminds me, I need to switch these guys so that they do not move when they are hit. put a bar there that will raise morale. In fact, I could actually. I could put a restaurant down there. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. It'll make it look kind of cool. Let's go to option. We will do disperse under fire as negatory. So those guys will not move when they are fired upon. Same with these guys. I do not want these ones to move when they are fired upon. Disperse under fire and off. And then lastly, of course, the main air defense system I do not want moving when they are fired upon. So disperse under fire is off. Okay, cool. Now, obviously this single Vulcan is probably not a lot, but I mean really, you probably don't have to worry too much about enemy units attacking your base, but you know, this guy's here, he has a Burt cannon, it's fine. So let's go ahead and fill this guy, or this FARP up with the appropriate units for rearming and refueling your assets. So let's go to unarmed. It's going to be a... I don't remember what is the correct unit. Bedford. Isn't that like World War II? Oh yeah, that's definitely World War II. I don't think that's what we need though. Okay, so we need this guy, that's for sure. So we're going to make 8 of these and just get that out of the way right away. Place it in that direction. Line that up right around there, and then copy and paste that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put that in each one of these. Just like that. See, even though it shows boxes and barrels here already, they don't actually exist. I'm not sure why they're shown in this preview model, but they definitely do not exist in the actual model that's in the game when you spawn in. But I'm going to avoid the barrels as if they're there, just in case they decide to add them in one day. That. And lastly that. Now we're going to do 8 more units, which will act as as the tanker option. So let's do one more. Do that. Then we'll change this to the tanker. There we go. Then we'll do that 7 more times. One. Oh. Ah, right. Right. Let's do this on road. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then we want 8 more transport units, so let's do one more and then change the unit to the transport M818. As it says transport, it should be fine. Wow, that guy's low poly model, look at this! Oh my god, that's straight out of Doom. Holy crap. Ugh, he has had a rough day. Alright, let's zoom out of that. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then set all these guys to off-road, then we'll replace them. So you go here, face that direction. You continue here, you were before. Same with you. Oh, this is going to take a while. 4. I'm probably overdoing it. If I put these like right smack in the center of all of these helipads, I probably would be able to cover them all with just one set of units. But I'd rather do it for all of them individually, just in case I'm wrong. I don't feel like fixing everything if they decide an update changes their effective range. I'll do that. That. And that. And I'm not gonna lie, this Huey music is starting to get to me. As good of a song as it is indeed getting to me. Yeah, there would be just that one guy with no supplies. There'd just be that one dude unable to rearmor and refuel. Granted, if you were good enough, you could just take off and land at one of the other helipads. Put this guy here because I don't feel like changing their direction. That guy there. Oh my god, this is taking so long. And then there. Like how I call this group air defense. And yet this is mostly comprised of rearm and refuel units. And then finally... Okay, cool. And those are all set, so let's go ahead and save before the game crashes. And then we'll go ahead and start placing our KE-50s and our SA-342 Gazelles. Now, how do we do this? We simply go here, place the icon here, and then increase it to 4, because we've already got the KE-50 selected, so let's increase it to 4. They are now scattered across the ground and terrain here. Set them to client, and that will apply to all 4. Define the group as blue KA50s. Then we'll copy and paste that to the pipeline names as well, just for good practice. And then we will figure out how to place them on the individual... Where can I? Okay, edit, place, okay, there. Now the problem with this is that I'm pretty sure this is not going to work, because once I set this to take off from the ground... Oh wait, hold on, client, there we go. Oh no, it doesn't do it for all of them. Okay, so client... and it's probably a total waste of time, because once I do this or set this to take off from parking or from ramp, where'd they go? Where'd they go? Where did they go? Did they go here? No, you guys don't go to Batumi. That's the enemy base. Okay, then we're gonna do it this way. No bad K50s. Okay, you go here, then I'm gonna have to copy and paste you to the next one. So it has to be single K50 units. Oh my god, where'd you go? Why'd you go over here? Why are you disobeying? Go here. Okay, there we go. Paste. And then paste. Okay, that's 4 K50s. Then we'll paste another K50 down here. Why are you so off-center? Paste another one down here, but change it to the SA-342M Gazelle. Right. I said right. Come on, stop freezing. Oh, don't you crash on me. Thank God. Okay. SA-342M Gazelle. Copy, and then paste over the name. Let's see. I'm going to leave it empty loadout, so you guys are forced to rearm yourselves. Then we will paste over these next slots, and they will automatically take on the next iteration of their names. As you can see, this is number 3. This is number 1. And this has nothing because it is technically number 0. Okay, cool. That's all set. And just like that, you have a total of 8 helicopters available to you, 4 K-50s and 4 SA-342M Gazelles. One single AAA Vulcan, as well as rearm and refuel units for supplying yourselves with the necessary fuel and ammo. Now, there is an additional thing you'll want to add to this area, and that is kind of a static objects of the K-50 and SA-342 Gazelle, to allow for preventing any kind of disruptions while a player spawns in. Because if you allow these models to preload by using a static object, you can allow the server to load that data into memory so it doesn't cause a freeze when a player decides to spawn in an aircraft. So one thing we could do is we could do this and call this static. Actually, blue SA-342M static. Change this to helicopters. And change this to the SA-342M Gazelle because it's changed the name. Let's go ahead and paste that back over, and just simply place this one unit, like static unit, nearby. You can place it along the road or something, make it look kind of cool, and then we will copy and paste it. Then change this to the K-50. KA-50, and just like that, you will no longer freeze anyone just because you decided to spawn in some helicopter that had not been used yet. And it is the worst when you are in the middle of taking off as an aircraft, and then someone decides to spawn in an aircraft that has not been spawned in yet, and then causes a massive lag on the server that then results in you crashing on the airfield. So this is to prevent that, the lag spike that occurs. Okay, so this forward area FARP, forward area refueling post? Refueling pad? Refuel something. This area is now done. So, I'm going to save. Now, where should we put the Harriers? Because we want to take advantage of... I'm kind of tempted to put them right next to these. I'm actually very tempted to put them right next to these. Okay, I have an idea. So this is going to be a little extra stuff that you guys don't know about. Forward arming and refueling point. Thank you. Thank you very much, Shocks. Let's set up a trigger. This guy, this little icon here, the smaller circle with an X looking thing through it, that is a trigger. And what we're going to do is use this trigger zone to remove kind of objects from the map. So if there's anything that would cause the Harriers to crash when they attempt to take off, say for example a light pole, you can actually remove it using this trigger zone. So if we do blue, FARP, scenery, remove, and then reduce the size to say like 500, we can do this and then try to encompass all of that area. Now the problem is that, should I do that? Yeah, we should. The real problem is, no, we're gonna have to do it this way. The issue is that if I do it that way, they won't actually be able to rearm and refuel unless they are on this pad. So they have to find some way to navigate back onto this pad, rearm and refuel, and then go back onto the road and then just take off. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to place a 4-pad FARP here. Teleport? Oh my god, that thing's massive. Okay, and that's what she said. Let's do this. Place this somewhere around here. This is going to look ugly as hell. But let's see how this will actually turn out. Oh my god, I was hoping not to do this. Oh man, this is going to look disgusting. Let's put this up just a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and save and just take a look at how that is. Of course I beat you to it, Ox. You know me yet? Alright, let's go back, go to Spectator, go to F10, go to Control F11. Right, so those are... Whoa, where's the FARP? Oh, right. Here. Call sign, London. Frequency 127.5. Link unit, none. Okay, full info, you're going to have the full options. I'll save and do this again. Back, spectate, F10, control F11, and there she is. That's not terrible, actually. I mean, it's a little ugly because it's clipping with a river, and looks like it might be floating just a little. Oh no, it's actually not floating at all. Okay, that's actually not too bad. Oh, and I actually have extra room along the road. I can push it closer to the road itself. Look at that. Oh man, this is gonna be a challenge for the Harrier drivers to take off from. Oh, this will be perfect. Okay, great. Yeah, we're doing it. The Harriers are also taking off from here. Oh. Oh man, here we go. Let's go ahead and align this up with the other helipads, just like that. And then we could probably get away with this. Oh man. Oh, I'm kind of excited. I really want to play a Harrier on this map. I mean, this is what they were made for. They were made for these kinds of forward area locations. Oh, that is perfect. Look at that. It clips into the ground just at the right point so it doesn't mess with the road. Oh man, that's great. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh. And this is probably not even... Yep, it's happening. This is definitely happening. Oh man, that's great. Okay, cool. Mission editor. We need another set of these guys, so let's do one more of this. Whatever that is. Okay. One more of this. And one more of that. Okay, cool. Got that set. Got that set. So, ammo and fuel, and then also the transport. And because this is technically an actual FARP, let's go ahead and place the... No. Let's get rid of these guys. We're going to place the actual FARP items instead, because this is actually a FARP. So we need to name this first off. Blue helipad, blue... We'll just call this blue FARP Harriers. And then we will place static objects on it. Not another heliport. We need structures. Yes, Ox, feel free. What is your question? Farp ammo storage. Perfect. I'd like to place him right on this T. Then we will copy. No, we'll give it the proper name. So blue Farp ammo. Paste. Make this the fuel depot. Paste. Make this the Farp tent. Rotate it this way. Let's see. Tomorrow morning, can we make sure Training 2 has a fresh start? I'm gonna do a DC. Yeah, sure, no problem, man. I do not have work tomorrow, so I will certainly be able to refresh it. Do you know what time you're going to be streaming? So I can align it with that, because if you don't stream until later in the day, I can always do it at a later time as well. Do you know, by the way... Did I forget something? Suddenly a wild farp appears. Oh, I am in. Oh, you're probably referring to... I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, okay, I'll just continue on. Let's see, paste. Command post. We'll make this guy face the road just like this. And just like that. Oh, wait, and we need one more item. We need a generator, which is all the way at the bottom-ish. Wait, is it at the bottom? No, because I don't know my ABCs. Generator is a G, therefore it is not all the way at the bottom. Generator. Tent. Fuel. And finally, command post. Alright, it is all set. Oh man. Probably start around noon your time, which is 10. So are you CST, I think? If that's the case. Okay, let's go ahead and place our Harriers. So we need AVAP Harrier, of course. We will need it to be client. We'll need this to actually be called the Blue Farp. No, Blue Harrier Farp location. Call it the pilot the same thing. It's fine, we don't have to give it a loadout because I'll let the pilots figure that one out. Then we'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then set it to take off from ramp. Bam! Just like that. They are all set up to take off from the Farp. Where did the Harriers go? Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Where's the Harriers? Harriers? You are here. No, 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 no. You do not. You do not go there. You will take off from this Farp and you will like it. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, that is so annoying. Okay, hold on. Why are you here? Let's reduce this to 1. X. Control X. Control V. Okay, you're back. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The Harriers are now on here. No! No! Why? Why do you go to your home? Please. Why don't you... it has to be due to the number of Harriers. No, it's not due to the number of Harriers. Why is it doing this? I don't know what... Okay, save it at that. We'll save, it stays. Okay, good. Now, we will increase by 1. Save. Does it stay? It kind of stays. Does not stay. Okay. Okay, 1 Harrier apparently. Do this. X. Oh my god, this is annoying. Please just stay on the Farp. Oh my god. Okay, let's just hit the play button. Let's make sure it actually works. This has become less an instructional stream and more just me fumbling with the DCS mission editor and just totally failing at it. Okay, let's go there. All right, so that's set. Oh, that looks fantastic. Look at that. Oh, that's great. Okay. Got all those guys set up. Got the... that looks pretty sweet too. This semi-truck just casually driving by these military vehicles. This looks pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. Got these guys chilling inside a static object. Oh, that's funny. The K-50 doesn't have a guy sitting in it. But the Gazelle does. Like it's an oversight. At least they have better models than that 1990s truck driver. Speaking of that truck driver, is he like right here? Oh yeah, there he is. Doom Guy. Doom Guy before he became Doom Guy. Alright, let's go ahead and spawn in a Harrier and make sure we actually spawn here. Slot. Harrier. Okay. Oh man. Oh. Oh boy. Okay, so I think the issue is that I need one Harrier group per FARP. One Harrier group per FARP? That makes sense. One Harrier group per pad on the FARP, maybe. So let's go ahead and exit. Mission editor. Copy. Paste. Paste. And paste. We have... Yep, we have all of them. Sweet. So they just have to be individual groups. So that which is fine. I can deal with that. So they don't all belong to the same group. They are individual groups and they are each on an individual pad on this FARP. Okay, great. Perfect. Oh boy, the Harrier Bros are gonna have a lot of fun today. Or not today, next week. Now I'm tempted though. I am tempted to restrict their weapons loadouts. But it's fine. I'll leave it like that for now. This is just the basics of the mission. Alright, so obviously these are the forward area, forward arming and refueling point airframes. So the helicopters, the Harriers, and then their respective supportive units. Now we also need to set up the additional aircraft, the ones that will be flying in from further out. So we can have units probably spawn at Gadada as well as Tbilisi. So one thing I was thinking is we can probably get... I don't know, what do you guys think? Should everyone spawn from a single location, or should I put like the slower guys in like Sukhumi, and then the what's it called? The faster units spawning in from like Beslan or something, or Tbilisi? Actually, this is going to be really difficult for the Harrier pilots. Because... oh no, it's not too bad. That's 900 altitude. That's actually not too bad. Like if this was up in the mountains, this would be very difficult to take off from, but because... oh, that's right, we have carriers! Okay, well, we'll have this forward area arming and refueling points for some Harriers, then we'll have a Stennis and Tarawa sailing in from the north, ever so slowly, all the way down. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. How far is that? How far can we make this? To me. Really not that far for fast movers. Make it like 100 miles. I don't want to make it 100 miles. I'll probably put the carriers starting from Sochi Adler and then slowly making their way towards Batumi. How about that? Yeah, we'll do that. Let's see this. Heading 136-ish. Heading 136. We'll go ahead and place the ship fleet here. It'll be the Blue Fleet. This will be the Stennis, because that'll be the main big cheese of the fleet. Set this to excellent. Set this to, what did I say again? 163? I don't know my note. What the hell was it? 136? I think it was 136. 13. Oh my god, where? Maybe it was 163. I don't know anymore. Ah, god damn it. Hold on. Hold on. We're having issues. 137. 137, but This makes no sense. 1 through... Oh, yeah. 1 through 7. There we go. Alright, so we have the Stennis. I also don't want the Stennis to be attacking, so I'm going to set the rules of engagement to weapons hold. And I'm going to set their alarm state to green, so they'll just never, ever actually fire. So after we do that, we are going to add a TACAN from command. TACAN 1x, which is fine. Before I do that, I will call this the blue Stennis, or just Stennis. Probably blue Stennis. Blue Stennis. Okay. So that is fine. And then now I can add TACAN. TACAN. Next, set that to the Stennis. Add the ICLS for the Stennis. Call that 1 for that. And then we will also make this immortal, because I don't want any trolls to be destroying their own their own fleet. That. Because you know there will be some. Actually put this a little further away from the coast. There we go. And then we'll add a waypoint and take them all the way straight over to... well, not all the way. We don't want them in the engagement zone. So let's put them right on the edge of glory. Like somewhere right here. Ah, damn it. Somewhere right here. Ah, damn it. Said somewhere right here. Thank you. Okay. Oh, and because of that, we're also going to need crosswinds. We also need... You would never do that. Yeah, right, Ox. I don't believe you. You know what? I do believe you. You won't do it intentionally. You will destroy the Stennis while it's immortal unintentionally somehow. That is how that's going to play out. I'm willing to put like $5 on that. We're somehow going to destroy the Stennis even though it is in fact immortal, and you will do it accidentally. Alright, we're going to make this the Tarawa. Tarawa. And to help people with their landing approaches... Oh, come on. Please zoom out. There we go. And to help people with their landing approaches, I'm going to put the Tarawa about 1 mile ahead of the Stennis. Looks like it's about right. About 1 mile. Not bad. Then we're going to put a third ship to the left of the Stennis to act as the 1.3 mark. Unfortunately, I cannot put the what's it called? I can't put the Kuznetsov because it's not a USA what's called ship. I'm just gonna have to put a like battleship or something. Let's first mark out the distance. This guy goes 1.3333. Alright, about there. I'll put my finger on that point. Grab this ship and move it about there. Okay, cool. And then we're going to change this to, say, the Hazard Perry. Pretty sweet looking ship. And plus there's a helipad back. I could put another Harrier back there, I think. Oh. Can we have some MiG-21s with a certain payload to help? Let's set them on a timer or somewhat so it's... No, you're not going to get nukes, Burpee. You can have MiG-21s, but I will purposely deny nukes. Like, I will actually go through the effort and make sure every single airfield does not have nukes in them just so you can't use them. I'll land a Gazelle and it will freak out because it'll... Oh yeah, probably. An identity crisis. Then it'll have a mental breakdown and explode due to unresolved conundrum. Be realistic! Add the complete carrier strike group. I can't add the complete carrier strike. Tell you what, I will add each of the individual USA, USA ships. How about that? Actually, hold on, let's clone this. Move this up. Have this ICLS activate for the unit 061, which is the Tarawa. So let's name this Tarawa. Did I call this Blue Stennis? Or did I call it... Yeah, I called it Blue Stennis. So let's call this Blue Tarawa. Then we'll call this Blue Perry. Blue Perry sounds like a fighting move. Perry, is that 2 R's? Yeah, it's 2 R's. Okay, cool. So we'll set that to the Tarawa. We'll set the TACAN to the Tarawa as well. Up, up, up. Make sure they are not conflicting, so set that to 2. Set the tack end to 2 X-ray for the Tarawa. Alright, and everything is all set, I believe. Yeah, everything's set. Cool. Now. Oh no, that's right in the path of the Tarawa though. We need to move this over just a bit. Okay, cool. That's all good. Let's add... Why are you number 2 and the Tarawa is number 3? Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's go to move this over. And we'll put another battleship over here. And that will be the... Carl Vinson? Nah, no one likes the Carl Vinson anymore. The CG-60 Normandy, even though I'm pretty sure that's a really old ship. Or maybe it's not. I don't know anymore. But either way, we'll just place this sucker here. Come on. Can we select it? Freaking out? Oh, no, it's not. Put this guy out here. Probably in trail or something. Probably like somewhere around here. Okay, and then we'll place... I don't know, let's do one more ship. What else do we have on us? The LS Samuel Chase. I don't know what that is. I can't actually see it. But that looks like a merchant ship, actually. Probably right. We'll place this somewhere in the behind. Somewhere like right here. And we'll call that the Blue Samuel. Call this the Blue Normandy. Okay, now we have a fleet. Now, of course, once again, these guys are not going to be set to attack anything. They will just simply be there for people to spawn back on. Which isn't too bad. Add the BB-61 USS Iowa. God, you know it's not possible to do it anyways. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. Let's see. So now that we have these ships in place, let's start filling them with the appropriate aircraft. So let's go ahead and place these guys. This will be the blue. FA-18C Stennis. Oh wait, what am I doing? FA-18, I don't know my ABCs, what are they? What comes after F? There we go. Nope, nope, that's the wrong one. Lot 20. Hornets on Tarawa? Is that even possible? I don't know if that is. But we are here and we can give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Oh, that'd be hilarious. I would be tempted to do that if... oh man, let's do it. Okay, let's see. Oh my god. It's possible. Oh my god, how does it even look? Hold on. Hold on, let's take off from runway. Oh, I have to see this now. Hold on. Okay, how does this look? We gotta do this. It's gonna be running already. It's set off to take off from runways, which means they are gonna be hot and they're gonna be lined up for the runway. Oh my god. It's on the Blue Tarawa. How does this even... Oh, it's actually kind of fitting that it's a Blue Angel. It even has its cat bar down and everything. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. This is gonna happen. Launch bar up. Oh, this is gonna be really awkward with let's see, is W the... Yeah, W's the brake. I can do that. Everything should be good to go. We're gonna do this from the outside. Okay, W brake. I think plus sign is... Oh yeah, there it is. Come on, full burn, full burn. Get that burn on. There it is. Full brakes are applied. Full throttle, and take off. Wait, what's landing gear? Is that G? I think that's G. Oh god. Okay, okay. Yes! Oh my god, it worked! Holy crap. And that is vanilla DCS, people. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay guys, you are going to have a fun mission. You are Oh, my sides. Ow. Ow. Okay. Realistically, we shouldn't do this. In fact, I don't think there's... Just because. Just because. I think I'm gonna need full flaps. I'm gonna at least need full flaps. Oh my god. Go. Oh no, brakes. Brakes are set. Full loadout 3. Oh, this is a full air-to-air loadout. I think I'm already set for takeoff. Actually, yeah, flaps are already down. Are they at half or are they at full? Oh no, they're at half. Let's put them full. Launch bar up. Oh man, I don't think this is gonna work out too well. Okay, let's get rid of that annoying status bar. Just the camera angle. All right, this should be pretty sweet. Something like that. All right, cool. Brakes on. Throttle up. I'm getting super distracted now. Burners on. Release brakes. Oh my god! Come on! Oh my god! You are a beast, good sir. This was... Oh my god. How does that even work? I don't get it. How does that even work? Ah. This shouldn't... Like, guys, this shouldn't be a thing, right? I feel like this shouldn't be a thing. Like, seriously. Oh my goodness. Now the trick is I held back on the stick, full stick back. Oh man. Oh, the status bar on the bottom of the screen, or whatever it is, you press left control Y twice. So hit it twice and then it'll disappear. You hit it one more time, it'll reappear. Then you have to hit it 2 times to make it disappear again. So it's left control Y. Alright, see ya, Burpee. Have a good one. Not try with no burners? Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure burner. I mean, did you see how close I was to the ocean, or to the water? That is in no way going to be a non-burner thing. But now that I've proven you can do it, I feel like forcing people to do it. Taking off from the Terra. No, I shouldn't. I should not do it. I want to put all 4 Hornets on the Terra and force them to do it, but I shouldn't do it. Let's just get this set up. I'm getting too distracted. This is not a feasible setup, but I should say, do not be surprised if you log into this mission and then find yourself on the Terra in a Hornet. Oh, you know what? I'm wondering. Does this work? No, it doesn't. Okay, that would have been stupid. See, that would have been stupid if the Hornet could have spawned on the helipad of a ship. That would have been stupid. Because taking off the Terra is not stupid at all. But taking off from the helipad of the rear of a ship like this, no, that's totally stupid. Alright, now let's go ahead and place some static units of Hornets on the carrier deck so that it kind of preloads the model, and also provides a bit of scenery to the carrier as well. And also let's change the default to 12. Actually do this. That. There. There, so I don't have to manually do it with each one. Okay, cool. And then set that to no loadout. Freaking A. That's there and there. All right, sweet. So it is only 4 Hornets because there are other planes of fly that are not Hornets. I feel like the Hornet has outlived its kind of honeymoon phase, and we really need to start going back to other aircraft. So only 4 Hornets. I could potentially make it 8, but I don't know how that will actually work with the catapults and the parked aircraft areas. Oh, maybe I could. Then that would really take up slots on the briefing sheet. Maybe we could. copy. We'll set these guys to take off from runway, so they will be taking off from the catapults. Then we'll paste another set. Oh no! DCS crashed. You can't see the window, but I'm dragging it around. It says DCS has crashed. So, do yourself a favor, guys, and don't paste another set of Hornets onto the Stennis when there's already been 4 in there, because apparently that crashes the system. So I'm going to shift over to the standby screen. So it's not actually on standby, but let me in fact change the message. I will cancel that, and I will. How do I clone this? I don't know how to clone this. Ah, whatever, that works. We'll just call this please stand by. How do I edit this freaking message? Do that? Ah, there we go. Stand by. And then, okay. There we go. Yeah, so please stand by for just a moment, please. I am restarting DCS. And I think I've been streaming for 2 hours now. These 2 hours have gone by real fast. I didn't realize that. But if you haven't noticed already, creating a mission with even just a decent amount of units does take a lot of time, especially when you're just screwing around like we have with launching fully loaded, well, not fully loaded, but mostly loaded Hornets off the freaking Tarawa. Oh my god. All right. Bring the mission editor up. I'm not going to reveal it just yet. I'm going to wait till I actually have loaded everything. Mission. Okay. Yeah, I already replaced the skins, but I think the issue is, yeah, here we go. Everything's loading. I'm going to wait a little bit for it to load in. The issue is when I pasted the Hornets onto the Stennis. I don't think I can actually put more. We got from runway. So if I copy that and I place it onto the Tarawa, what happens? Okay, that pastes. So I'm going to switch back to main. Okay, so I've pasted the additional 4 Hornets onto the what's called the Tarawa. And I'm going to change this to start or take off from parking hot. I want you guys to start up your aircraft though. What happens if I do take off from ramp, then cut. I'm going to save as I am right now so I don't have to undo anything. I really want ramp for all the Hornets, but let's see what happens when I paste. Is it another crash? Probably another crash. Here we go. And crash. Okay, so you can't do that. I don't feel like adding another Stennis. I don't feel like having a second Stennis of all things. Maybe a Carl Vinson, but oh man, Vinson sucks. Tell you what, I'll have 2 options of Hornets. Hornets that start from the carrier and Hornets that start from an airfield. That'll probably be a better option. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I need to get a fan going. Alright, and I'm back. I'm opening the mission now and loading. And yes, of course, this is in fact my biggest fan. It is. It has my back. It is currently blowing on my back. I mean, it is currently cooling down my back. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Let's see. So now that we have the ships in place, we know not to paste additional Hornets onto the deck, so let's change these guys to take off from ramp, so you guys are forced to actually start them up. And we'll copy, and then we will paste onto, let's do Skudata. Let's do good. No, let's do Sochi Adler. It's not like you guys will be flying for that long just to get to Batumi. Oh, actually, it's kind of far, but it's not terrible. I don't know, actually. Let's see, what's the distance? From Batumi to Sochi Adler, looks like it's about 130 miles. To Gadada, it's about 100 miles, which is pretty reasonable. It's not bad. Tsukumi is 80 miles. Tbilisi is 150 miles. Gadada doesn't have as many slots for aircraft, and I'll probably want slow movers to spawn out of Tsukumi. So like A-10s and SU-25s, things like that will spawn out of Tsukumi. Yeah, let's put the Hornets in Sochi Adler. Yeah, we'll do that. Go, these four. I don't like them here. Okay, hold on. I have an idea. Change the bullet. Oh, my bad. Thank you, Gerb. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, we're back. And let's go ahead and paste. Okay, now let's get rid of this. Okay, cool. So we now have 4 Hornets here. And I need to get rid of these Hornets. And rename these ones to the appropriate 001. Then this needs to change. Okay, that's fine now. There, and there. Okay, all good. So this way, because if I had put you guys over here, it would have taken forever for you to just get the airfield, but since you are now spawning here, you just quickly go on to runway 06, or 09? No, 06. So that's not too bad. Alright, so that's where the Hornets are going to spawn. I now need the Harriers on the Terra, not the Harrowas on the Terrier. There, and then AV-8Bs. Fantastic aircrafts. Alliance. Then blue AV-8B Tarawa. Paste. Make sure that's all set. Okay, we're all good. Then increment, and increment. Oh, nope. We're not pasting another Hornet there. Paste. Okay. And then we are now setting this to take off from ramp. Perfect. Save. Alright, now the Terra is fully ready to go. I am tempted. I'm tempted to make this a special Harrier. See if you could do it. Blue Harrier. What is this? The Normandy, I think? Oh my god, stop doing that. Okay. Is this the Normandy? No, that's the Perry. So we'll call this the Perry. And clients there, and then oh, please work. I'm gonna have to save this first before I do it. Okay. Please. No! Ah, man. Oh, no, it works! Yes! It's totally on it. Okay, cool. And guess what? We are going to do the same here. Oh, man. Okay, and this is the Normandy one. Those are for the more advanced Harrier pilots. Normandy. There we go. Cool. Those are set. Ah, dude, no way. Alright, so those are for the more advanced Harrier pilots. I am tempted to try that right now in my... Actually... Okay, hold on. How fast are these things traveling? So this fleet is traveling at 11 knots. It'll take them... Looks like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 6 hours just to get to Batumi as is. So let's see if we can make them a little faster. Let's up them to about 15 knots. Just a little bit faster. That gets them there in 4 hours, which is a little bit better, but not too fast to where they'll start rocking the ship too bad. And then we will increase the crosswinds to an additional probably 5 knots, maybe 10 knots. Probably 5, if any, so it doesn't affect the other people on the ground too badly. Needs to be what direction? Needs to be heading 315. So that's heading 315. Set this to 5 knots. Fine, that's fine. Set this to 5. Set so no 5 and then 10. Okay, cool. That should be good. So technically, you have now 20 knots of wind going over the deck because it's traveling at 15 knots this way, and wind is traveling this way at 5 knots. That should be good enough. 50 knots? No, 50 knots is not going to happen. Alright, let's go ahead and place the static units on the deck so that they look prettier, and also it helps us serve an alternative function, that is to prevent freezes while people spawn in Hornets. Planes. FA-18Cs. Go. Make this the 12. Then have this linked to the Stennis. Oh my god, that's not what I wanted. Offset fixation. I'm confused. Why is there 5? Why is there 6? Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, those are the ships. Okay, I was really confused. I thought those were the Hornets. There we go. We need this guy to be off to the side. Put him right over here. Place him out here. And we'll do 43, 44, 45. Yep, 45. Cool. And then we'll place him right on the back there. Then place another one. Oh, he's over there. Okay, and place another one right over here. Right inside there. Yeah, right inside here. Good enough? Just to make sure they're properly separated, let's do that. Okay, now we will call this blue FA-18C Stennis Static. We'll name this the same thing. And just because I like them, I'm going to put 2 more. Or one, probably 1 more aircraft, but on this side. Ah, crap, actually, is this going to interfere with, No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't interfere with spawns, I don't think. Should it? I don't know. Oh, maybe this is actually a terrible idea. Might have to put this over here. Yeah, let's put this over here. This guy here. Wheel probably goes to about here. This shouldn't be too bad. Even though kind of it goes into this, but not that far into it. Wheel should hit it about there. Okay, that should be good. Put this guy here. Come on. Guy here somewhere. Right about there. Shouldn't be too bad. And then we'll put 1 more plane right on this side. Facing this way. Probably... Actually, I don't think they're supposed to go here. Put it over on... Dang it, I wanted... No, let's just put it here. But I want to change this to an F 14A. We'll make it a Jolly Roger. For obvious things to come in the near future, quote-unquote near future. We'll do that. Yes, Tomcat. Alright, cool. Let's see how that looks. And yes, it is in fact a lot of work to make missions, which is why I need the whole week to create a mission at times. So that's kind of unfortunate. Let's do 9. Yeah, there we go. And there they are. Look at those pretties. They got their wheels pretty much right. I can move the Tomcat back just a little bit. Wheels on that is actually perfect. Okay, cool. And that's plenty of room for people to land as well, so that's actually not too bad. Not too shabby. It looks from above. Yeah, it's not bad. Works. Alright, so we will push the Tomcat back just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. From here, we'll probably push it back to about here. That should be good. Alright, sweet. So that's set. Now we need to do the same for Harriers, except on the Tarawa. Got these guys here on the ground. Oh, ground. On the ship. Change this to the AV-8B. This will serve as, once again, the thing that prevents lag from happening. Probably place it right around here. Face this direction. Something like that, maybe. I actually don't know how the placements are supposed to be for Harriers. Like that. Blue, AV, 8B, Tarawa, static. Go. I'll just place a second one just for looks. Okay, that should be all set. All good. Double check. Yeah, man, I really can't wait for the Tomcat either. It's just, oh man, we're gonna have to wait until October for any additional news. It's not necessarily when it's gonna be released, but when we'll have more information about it. So, that sucks. Is this Tarawa? Yes, it is. Nope. And of course I did that wrong. Okay. Get out. I need to do offset and then Tarawa. Offset. Tarawa. Go. Oh, that should be set. Start. I am going to do my damnedest to make sure I have cash when it comes out. Oh yeah, for sure. It's probably going to cost the same amount as the Hornet as well. There we go. That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh yeah. Not too bad. Alright, we'll leave it at that. Sweet. Alright, so the carriers are now set up, or rather the fleet is now set up. Oh wait, no, you made a good point. I should probably test the spawning points. So let me spawn and see how that goes. So we have the AV-8Bs. Make sure those are okay. Yep. Seems to be fine. Now let's go for the 18. Blue Stennis. Oh yeah, good thing I didn't put it in that slot. Okay. Looks like these guys spawn there. What happens if I choose the second one? Oh no, he just takes that last spot I was in. Okay. That's fine. Ooh, you hear those sounds? Oh, that sounds amazing. Yeah, cool. Alright, that's good enough for me. Alright, so now we have the Hornet set, we have the Harrier set, we have the Fleet set. We just need to place the rest of the aircraft. And once I place the rest of the aircraft, I will probably be calling it a quits for the day, because I have been streaming for a while. And it's getting close to 1 o'clock, getting close to the 2-hour mark, so let's just get these blue aircraft placed, and then I can work on this for the rest of the week. But at least I'll have the basics. Oh wait, yeah, good point, T-Cypher. Let me make sure the FARPs can actually rearm and refuel. What other aircraft should I include in this mission? Obviously Su-25Ts, probably 8 of those as well, maybe just 4. So A-10As, A-10Cs, Su-25Ts, and one more ground attacker, which, actually no, we already have that in the form of the AV-8B Harriers. Yeah, that should be fine, I think. Alright, Blue Terra. Alright, Harriers, let's make sure you can rearm and refuel. How do I do this again? Ground crew, rearm, refuel. Let's do anti-armor, I guess? Anything really?
Request refueling. Request rearming.
Okay, I heard a copy.
Copy.
Let's make sure that these things actually go down. So I need to make sure my fuel state goes down. I don't see it going down. Maybe I have to start it.
Warning, 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 warning.
Oh, that's fuel dump. That. Oh yeah, okay, fuel's going down, so let me go ahead and stop that. And make sure it can go back up. So we'll do area suppression, I guess, whatever.
Request refueling. Request
And
rearming.
make sure it goes up for a change.
Copy.
Then we'll know the Harrier FARPs work. Come on. Please go up. Yes, it's going up. Perfect. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go to one of the... Oh wait, hold on. I forgot I can speed forward time. Okay. Let's make sure rearming works as well. Yes, it works! Okay, cool. Let's choose slot and go to the SA-342M Gazelle. Uh-oh. Why's it taking so long to load? I can still hear the Harrier off to the side. Is it a AI now? Oh, that'd be pretty cool if it's an AI. Come on. Don't crash on me. Okay, thank you. Aw, no, not AI. Oh well. Okay, let's do ground crew, rearm, refuel, and then let's knock that down to 80.
Request refueling.
Batteries.
Request
And
rearming.
spect.
Copy.
You watch this go down. This is the fuel. I hear it going down.
Refueling
Oh.
complete.
That moved. Now let's go ground crew, rearm, refuel. We'll do hot 4 and IR and then refuel.
Request refueling.
We need to see this go up, and then we also need to see
Rearming.
the armaments get loaded on.
Copy.
Then both the KA-50s as well as the Gazelle should be fine. Come on, go up.
Rearming complete.
Okay, rearming complete. What about refueling? There we go. Okay, we're all good.
Refueling complete.
Yeah, all set. Pretty sweet. Look at this. Look at this little pad here. This looks pretty awesome. I might actually adjust the vehicle so they are not so like cut and paste or copy and paste, but it looks pretty sweet. Okay, let's go to mission editor. So those are all set. Alright guys, I need your help. What other aircraft should I place at these other airfields? Obviously A-10As, A-10Cs, Su-25Ts, but anything else besides the Hornets and Harriers and those particular aircraft. So I'll probably put the A-10As, A-10Cs, and Su-25Ts in Sukumi. And then Gadada can get, or Sochi Adler will get other aircraft. BF-109? Gonna have to practice my Gazelle landings if I want to. Yeah, for sure. You definitely are. I mean, of course, landings are optional, assuming that you have unlimited lives. All right. Let's see. Let's get the basics down. So let's get the SU-25s. Blue. SU-25T. Sukhumi. Which of course is a Russian aircraft. SU-25T. There we go. Make that client, pilot, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta name the pilots as well because that's good practice. Okay, so these guys are set. I'm gonna copy paste changes to A10As. An A, Takumi, and paste, change it to A10s, but make it USA. A10A, 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 and finally, of course, A10A. Alright, then copy paste. Be A10C at Tsukumi. Copy, paste, A10C. Next. Paste. Paste, and finally, paste. A10Cs. Okay, so these are the 3 sets of slow-moving lights. So I will now set this to ramp. Get the first set. A10As get the second set. And then A10Cs get the third set. Alright, cool. Those are now there. Now, what should we put at Sochi Adler alongside the Hornets? So as of right now, we have 2 flights of Hornets, 2 flights of Harriers. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. That's already a row on the briefing sheet. Then we have 1, 2, 3 flights here. So that's almost a whole row on the briefing sheet. No, not more Hornets. No, the Hogs are going to be they're going to be cold start as well, because you do have options to align in flight and things like that. But I don't want to do hot start for any of the aircraft unless it's absolutely necessary to, for example, work around a bug or something. Mirage 2000, I can do that. Go ahead and copy and paste. Paste, 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 paste. And paste. Yep, there we go. We'll change these guys to the Mirages. Oh wait, this says Stennis. Let's change this to Sochi. There we go. And then change this to French. And the Mirage 2000. And we can change the skin to be more of a standard, military skin, instead of the bright tiger stripe orange that these come by default in. Oh my goodness, come on. Don't crash on me now. Don't remember if I saved. Don't crash. Please don't crash. Okay, come on. So Mirage, Vigan, and F5 maybe? Yeah, we could probably do that. Oh, but we also have the helicopter flights. I don't want to exclude the helicopters from the briefing sheet this time, because I do want to make them part of the briefing sheets. Maybe all the helicopters are included in the same fleet of flights. I don't know, actually. Don't know. I'll figure that one out. Blue Mirage, Sochi. Okay, there's the 4 Mirages. Let's go ahead and change them to the standard blue color scheme instead of the tiger paint. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to save right now. Save. Make sure I actually do that. All right, cool. So let's take a number. We have 1, 2 flights of Hornets, then 3, 4 flights of Harriers. So that's a total of 4 flights. We have 5, 6, 7, and then we have 8 with the Mirage. 8 with the Mirage here. Briefing sheet has a total of, if I remember, 10 flights available to it. Let me double check. You guys won't be able to see this because I don't have my I don't have my Chrome window being shared, but trust me, I am double checking. Pluggers, missions. Oh, most recent mission, Silent Night. And then, yep, looks like a total of 10 slots. So as is, we've already filled everything because we have 2 sets of Hornets, 2 sets of Harriers. We have A-10As, A-10Cs, SU-25Ts, Mirages, and then we have 2 types of helicopters. So that's pretty much the entire thing right there. So I think we're good as is, unless we want to kind of combine, like the Mirage flight can actually be 2 Mirages and 2 F5s because it's not technically a very popular aircraft. Or we could just change the Mirages to, probably to Vigans. That would make the most sense for this kind of mission, I think. Because I'm not currently planning on having, what's called? Maybe there should be an air defense for them. I'll probably have some enemy AI flights take off from Batumi to try to defend the airfield. Maybe. Don't know. I'll figure that one out. So what I'll more than likely do is I'll leave these as Mirages. Leave these as Hornets. So I'll leave it the way it is. But I will have... flights take off from Batumi to defend the airfield once there are, members of the blue team within a certain zone. Of course, that will include the Harriers, which is going to be a little tricky with the trigger zone stuff. Yeah, I'm going to have to figure that one out. I think this is a pretty good baseline. So what do you guys think? This is the mission. This is going to be us taking off from the Stennis fleet, Sochi Adler and Sukumi. The faster flights, which are the Mirage 2000s, the Hornets, the Harriers, are going to be taking off from this general area. Or if you choose the more difficult FARP Harriers, you can take off from there, and you'll be within very close range of Batumi to try to attack it. But, of course, you risk taking off. Excuse me. Woo! You risk taking off and being immediately in range of these SAM units. So that's the risk you run. But the trade-off is you get to have very fast response times. So outside of that, your goal, I think, as A-10As and A-10C pilots and SU-25Ts, the SU-25Ts are probably going to be utilized for their harms, obviously. You'll want to try to take out as many of these SAM sites as possible. Ideally, the heavier SAM sites. But who knows if the harms are going to be shot down, so you're going to want plenty of flights going back and forth of SU-25Ts. Meanwhile, the A-10s can probably loop around this way, get into this valley, and then try to do a pop-up attack once they get through, but they will have to be careful about this little training area of Shilkas down here. And so they will have to be careful about that. Then ultimately, their goal is to wipe out Batumi. In fact, I could probably put down some static objects as your objective goals. Like your goal is to destroy like a factory or something around here. I don't want to make it to take Batumi, I want it to make it to destroy Batumi. So destroy the air defenses, so both the primary and secondary. You don't have to worry about these guys down here. Probably destroy certain factories or certain buildings that I will place myself around here as a mission objective. And yeah, that could be it. A nice, simple, standard mission. And all that we've done in the last 2 hours or so. So not too bad. We've got the basic layout done. Now it's all about kind of sprucing it up, giving it the nice polished taste of using triggers and sounds and things like that. So what I can do is... if I stream this kind of session again during the week, I won't be able to do it unless it's at night, my time, which is going to be like 6 a.m. for the UK folks, so it's probably not a good choice. But I think this was at least a good little session here. So what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this little learning session on how to create a mission in DCS? I don't know if it helped you guys too much. It wasn't quite as tutorial-esque as I was planning it to be. But I do hope it was at least a little insightful. Oh, let me move this bullseye zone. Bullseye zone here, because they are going to be defending. And then blue bullseye is going to be here. Then, you know, I'm going to set the waypoints before I go, actually. I'm going to set the waypoints for these guys. Because I know you guys would appreciate having a waypoint system already. We'll do that. Oh man, this is a pain. Do it for each one. 2. See, this is the not so pretty version of mission editing where you do the same thing over and over again because you forgot to do it the first time around. Now you have to do it for all these units that you placed before. For each one. Becomes freaking exponentially longer because as a result. Yep, all the tedious stuff. But this is why I do it for you guys, because these actually end up being mostly fun missions. Like, I think Silent Night was probably the worst one by far so far, but all the other missions have turned out pretty well leading up to that one. So this is actually turning out to be a pretty decent setup. The only difficult part here is the fact that you guys are taking on a freaking Patriot. Oh man, that is the fun part there. That is not the difficult part, that is the fun part. You guys are in for one nasty surprise. Well, not really a surprise, you just are in for a treat. I could do something sinister and not activate the Patriot until you actually get within range of the lethal zone of the Patriot system, so that none of the radars are on, it's not activated, but once you're inside the lethal zone, then it'll turn on. That would be... that's making me excited already. Alright, see ya, Gerb. Thank you for joining in. I hope, I'm glad you had a lot of fun. Can a bag see a FARP Harrier? Can a, what? Can a bag see a FARP Harrier? I'm not sure what that means. Set the FARP as a waypoint? Oh no, the FARP will have a waypoint. It'll be waypoint 0, so it'll be the first one. As long as I've set additional waypoints already. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. That'll be the starting point. These. Edit. Harrier. There and there. And last Harrier. Oh, British phrase reserve. Oh, I see. Yeah, you can if you want. I mean, honestly, you can't really do it now because technically the Sluggers group has the priority over over Harrier choices. But I mean, there's a total of 8 Harriers. I don't think we're gonna run out of them. Of course, I say that now, and we probably will watch. Okay, so all those waypoints have been set. Let's go ahead and set the waypoints for these guys. Now, these ones I'm not going to set multiple waypoints because, I mean, you just need to know where to go for Batumi. Then it's up to you to plan the route on the way there. So I'll at least just do this. Yeah, at least just do that. That should be good enough, I think. I don't want to force you to go through a valley or anything. It's up to you how you want to take it on. Add. Go. Edit. Save. Oh, right, I need to get rid of these ones, because these guys don't have to be here anymore. Hornets. Be taking off and going straight over here to Batumi. And then Mirage 2000s, add waypoint. That is a messy waypoint system, but that's fine. This random boss, you know, I'm going to call these the boss harriers. Harrier Bouse. BAUS. If you can use that location and then actually return back to that, you guys are bosses. I mean, I could do it, but I'm a boss, so. But if you guys can do it, you will officially be bosses as well. Oh wait, did I set the waypoints? No, I didn't. Of course not. Why would I? Why would I set waypoints? Because it makes no sense. Okay, let's do this. That. Oh my god, I have to do this so many times. Go out. Okay, go back in. Out. Go back in. And then one more time after this. Out. And then finally the Hornets. These guys. Alright, and that was the last one. Cool. See, this is what actually takes up all the time. Seeing this mess for me, I'm like, ah, I don't like this. So I'm just gonna like do that, do that, do that, do that. Just line things up nice and pretty so everything's nice and organized. Do a little bit of that. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I just don't like this mess. And this is what actually takes up most of my time when creating missions. Is just doing things like this. I'm gonna line up these numbers. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. I'll be calling it quits once I get these things lined up. And then, oh, that annoys me. I do the Su-25Ts have DP instead of everyone else who uses one, probably because it's a Russian aircraft. Okay, all set. That looks much better. Alright, now I think we are good. So I'm going to edit this mission further. Because you guys saw the stream, you already know where all these units are at, so I'm going to move these around a little bit. Just probably not the SAM site, but more than likely these guys here. So you guys just don't know for sure where they're at when the mission starts. Or who knows, maybe I'm saying that, I don't actually do it, and you guys are forced like, oh my god, did he move the units? Who knows what I end up doing. Like, maybe these guys are not even going to be here anymore, you don't have to worry about them, you'll just be sweating bullets as you fly over. Who knows, we'll see. But I think that's a good enough template for the time being, so I will have to think of a name for this mission and then work on it further during the week, but that is basically just the general setup of a mission. Oh, and what is this? Oh, that's a ship. Okay, good. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. So thank you all for joining. I hope you had a good time. I hope you learned something from this whole mission setup little stream session. And just because of the way it went, it wasn't very structured. It didn't have too much formatting behind it. So I'm probably not going to upload it to YouTube. Or rather, if I do, it's going to be just raw. It's going to be the way it's been streamed. I'm not going to cut it down, and it would just take way too long. But yeah, that's basically it. So thank you guys once again for joining. I hope you enjoyed this little stream session. This has been DCS World Mission Editor Gameplay? You want to call it that? Whatever. And how to set up a mission in DCS using the Mission Editor. So I hope you had fun. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, guys, have a nice day.